You got me effed up. What? No, you signed that contract, bitch. That means this is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna stay doing.
Hello, black hole. See this fucking money, man. Hey, look, what is your win, babe? What is your win, babe? What is your win, babe?
If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's looky would be our Michelle Red Lip. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Mariah. Y'all, I know her name is Mariah, but I'm from DC, goddammit. Okay, the thick of it, okay? Mariah Carey. Morgan recommended I go to Los Angeles, where he was currently living, making the case that there were actual spas there. Now, spas mean, what are them places that all the rich people go to? Pathways, someplace out in California where they be like, oh, I just needed to check myself into rehab. Sometimes when these celebrities say they need a vacation, they actually mean rehab. And whether it be for alcohol or exhaustion or drugs, whatever the case may be, you know, we have those places. Not we. Them rich people problems. I don't have them goddamn problems. What's the name of the place? Is the rich people place? I forget the name. Is it Pathways? It's some place, okay, that you got to have a lot of money to go, and ain't nothing but junky celebrities there. Okay, I don't know the name of the place, but you know, somewhere, is it Pasadena? Her brother had told her, come on out here to LA, because they got real spas / rehabs there. She like, okay, I'll go. Remember, she's still trying to put her brother back on that pedestal. She's still trying to get her brother to be the person that she wants him to be. Morgan recommended I go to Los Angeles, where he was currently living, making the case that there was actual spas there. True. And no New York newspapers. Also true. A spa in LA seemed like a good idea at the time. I allowed Morgan to make the arrangements. Not a good idea at any time, but I was desperate. When we got to LA, my anxiety and disorientation was intensified by the tragedy of Aaliyah's sudden and horrific death. Just a few days earlier, she had told the press, I know this business can be difficult. It can be stressful. Much love to Mariah Carey. I hope she gets better soon. The entire music industry was rocked by her death, but the R&B and hip hop community was devastated. She was indeed our little princess. No lies told. The facility in LA turned out to be a hardcore detox and rehab center. Her brother gooped her again. Matter of fact, let me find out the name of the celebrity rehab place in California. So I was almost there, y'all. It's called Passages. That's the name of it. I'm talking about Pasadena or Passenger or Pathways. It's called Passages. That's the rehab that I've heard all the celebrities take their ass to get some help. Now, moving forward. The coincidence of my sudden release from rehab and the release of the Glitter soundtrack and the 911 attacks was haunting. You know how in a sci-fi horror film, the apocalypse happens, and then there's a lone survivor wandering around surveying the devastation. That was me on that warm and cloudy day in LA. On September the 11th, 2001, I walked out of detox pumped full of toxins. The city of LA was solid, but I was shaky. I felt alone. untethered, and out of my body. I got myself to a hotel and had the first uninterrupted rest I'd had in weeks. With the tiny bit of strength that rest provided, I was able to finally get to an actual spa because I still had to do the best I could to prepare for the Glitter movie premiere, which was now only 10 days away. It was a blur, but I pulled myself together. I got some highlights, a cut, and a blowout. I wore a one-shoulder fitted tank top as I do on the Glitter poster, but it had an American flag bedazzled on the front in honor of the victims and the heroes. Man, let me tell you something right quick. Let's do 9/11 right quick, okay? Give me a minute. Is it me? But all of us who were alive to witness 9/11, do you have PTSD when you see planes flying real low? I have it. Anytime we see an airplane flying what we feel is too low, there's a sense of panic that falls upon me when I see a plane flying too low, or when I hear a plane, I'm like, wait a minute, that plane sounds too close. What the hell? I'm telling you, I still have that trauma from 9/11. I'm sure a lot of us do. Please, y'all tell me. I know I'm not the only person who struggled with that. I chose a therapist in upstate New York. He had a profound intellect, but also a deep sensitivity. My therapist named the physical illness I'd been experiencing for so many years, all the nausea from being humiliated by kids and teachers, all the breaking out in hives all over, all the severe upper back and shoulder pain from the stress from Tommy, all the dizziness and revulsion from the terror of my brother, all the psychological distress I endured, which wreaked havoc on my body, had a name. Somatization. Having a highly respected professional name, it validated that what I was physically experiencing was real. It was suddenly all so real. Good job. Now that you're able to put a name to it, oh my goodness, it's like almost a sense of relief. There's nothing more powerful than surviving a trip to hell and coming home covered in the light of restoration. It wasn't an easy journey back to myself and to God, but I was back on my feet and walking again. Ooh, powerful. Powerful. In therapy, my emotions were safe to come out of the frigid hold of survival mode, and I was frigging furious. At most, he said I'd had a diva fit. It was a wonder I wasn't permanently emotionally damaged, given what I'd lived through. However, I will probably always struggle with PTSD. He also affirmed that I was completely justified in being enraged. He very candidly suggested I examine the role money had played in the experience with my family. Though I hadn't cut a business deal with my mother or my siblings, they were happy to take me to the slaughter, just like the record companies and the media. I knew for a long time that to my family, I'd been an ATM machine with the wig on. A monitor I gave myself. I gave them so much money, especially my mother, and still it wasn't enough. You can't pay jealousy to go away. Because even if you buy them a $10 million home, they're still jealous of the fact that you were able to buy them that $10 million home. You can't pay that to go away. It's nothing you can do. You can only change and fix you. You can't change and fix them. Okay? I'm so realizing that. Oh my God. Word. I'm telling you, this Mariah Carey book, baby, is giving me everything. You hear me? Everything I need to be a better person. Mariah, I may not know all your music, okay? I may never have paid a damn dime to see any of your shows. And I may not like what you be wearing half the time because, like I said, you be forcing the sexy and you too much of a beautiful woman to always be wearing them leotards and gold lame stockings, okay? You too beautiful of a woman. But in regards to making me a better person, Mariah, after I was broken, I received a blessing. The trouble and trauma I endured was not only emotional, it was spiritual as well. As such, I sought healing for my soul. I knew I had to revive and recommit to my relationship with God. I am eternally grateful to have met my pastor, Bishop Clarence Keaton. After the whole glitter fiasco, Virgin was spooked and wanted to change my deal to make it much less significant. What? They got me effed up. You got me effed up. What? No, you signed that contract, bitch. That means this is what we going to do. This is what we going to stay doing. You trying to steal from me now. Okay? You trying to steal from me, that means we going to have repercussions. Hello? Mr. 640. Hi. How are you? This is Nene again. I need you to come put a foot in her ass for me, please. 640 always on the main line. That ass dog over here sleeping. I can't stand. He done shitted and pissed all over this house. You hear me? My wife done brung back a goddamn dog that wasn't trained. You hear me? At all. After the whole glitter fiasco, Virgin was spooked and wanted to change my deal to make it much less significant. They felt they couldn't justify spending all that money on such an unstable person. The woman who had signed me was fired. Yikes! They mad at you, girl. They is mad at you, okay? To fire the bitch that signed you, they mad at you, girl. The woman who had signed me was fired, and they brought in 2 new people from England to replace her. I remember the first day I sat down with them. Basically, they were pretty effing awful. They were trying to change the deal, and I just knew I had to get out of there. Getting to Virgin had seemed like a triumph because I was so desperate to get off Sony. Virgin wasn't as big, but it was a boutique label, and I knew how well they had taken care of Lenny Kravitz and Janet Jackson. They offered me such a good deal in part because they weren't as slick and influential as other labels. They didn't know all the tricks that Sony and the other big labels knew. They were electric and saw me as a big shiny star. Initially, I chose Virgin over a larger and more cutthroat label for the deal they were offering. But when they wanted to adjust it with all new players, I had no reason to stay. They offered a revised agreement wherein they would pay me much less and have more control. I refused. I know that's right. This is the deal. Okay, she with Virgin. Virgin ain't looking at her like an asset no more because she done shown that she had the capacity to have mental breakdowns. Like, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, you mean to tell me all this pressure we put on your back, you can't handle it? You around here having nervous breakdowns, checking yourself into pathways or passages or Pasadena, whatever the name of the place is. You can't handle it? Oh, no. No, we done gave you too much money. Let's rework this thing so that we can have more control over you. Okay, so now you're not an asset, you're a liability. Let's take it back. Remember when Mariah Carey had went to Def Jam with Will Smithy, okay? And it was a dude that they had passed in the street who had some headphones on, who so happened to be the person who was managing, I think, Run DMC, LL Cool J, and had signed Eric B. and Rakim, okay? He is now working with the CEO of Universal Music Group, Doug Morse. So now you have Lear Cohen and the dude Doug Morris in her penthouse because they ready to talk business with her. So the 3 of us are sitting in the living room. You know what, Mariah? We're going to do this. I think we're really going to do this. I felt safe and seen. They would have to pay a pretty penny to get me out of the deal I had with Virgin, but they were willing. I was like, F everybody else. I'm still good. I'm still here. I mean, I had 2 of the top music executives in the world on my couch with no middlemen. We were going to be all right. After all of the trauma I'd experienced, the faith and trust Doug showed in me and his exciting vision for the future renewed me. That's right. All you need is one person to believe in you. You know, after you feel like everybody didn't abandon you, all you need is that one person to believe in you. I believe in you. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves, you babies. Y'all better have a good one. Peace.